Okay, be honest with me. Have you ever listened to a native speaker, maybe in a movie or even on YouTube, and thought, was that English? Or did they just swallow half the sentence? I've been there, and believe me, it's frustrating. You study, you practice, you know the words, but when real people talk, it's like everything melts together. And guess what? It's not just you. Millions of English learners around the world feel the exact same way. So today, let's sit down and figure it out together. I want to show you the real reasons why native speakers sound so confusing and why your ears aren't catching what your brain already knows. No grammar drills, no boring theory. Just the truth and some super useful tips you can actually use. Let's break it all down step by step. You ready? Let's go. So let's start with the most obvious, but also the most ignored reason you're struggling to understand native English. They don't speak like the textbooks. Not even close. Let me ask you, when was the last time you heard a native speaker say something like, "Hello, how are you today? I am going to the store." Yeah, probably never. Because in real life, it sounds more like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm going to run to the store real quick." See the difference? The problem is most learners are taught perfect, clean English, the kind that looks great on a page. But native speakers? They cut, smash, and blend their words together like they're in a hurry, and they usually are. It's not wrong, it's not lazy, it's just how people really speak. And if no one tells you that, of course it's going to feel like you're missing something, because you are. But here's the good news. Once you know the tricks natives use, once you start hearing the patterns, your brain will start catching them faster than you think. And that brings us to the next big reason why everything sounds like a blur. Ready for it? Okay, so now you know that native speakers don't follow the textbook rules. But it gets trickier. Because even when you know the words, you still can't hear them. Why? It's because of connected speech. Let me explain. In English, we're kind of lazy, in a good way. We love to link words together, drop sounds, or change them completely, depending on what comes next. For example, instead of saying, "What are you doing?" we say, "What you doing?" Instead of, "Did you eat yet?" we say, "Did you eat yet?" Or even, "Jeet yet?" It's wild, right? But that's just how native English flows. One word melts into the next, like a song. And if you're only listening for the clean version of the sentence, you'll miss the real one completely. But here's the thing. You don't need to catch every single word to understand. You just need to start recognizing the chunks, the groups of words that come together naturally. The more you listen, the more your brain will go, oh, he said gonna. That means going to. Or, wait, that was wanna, as in want to. Little by little, those pieces start to click. So, don't worry if it feels messy right now. Connected speech sounds confusing at first, but once your ears adjust, it becomes a beautiful rhythm. And that brings us to another sneaky thing native speakers do all the time. Want to guess? Let's talk about contractions. Okay, now let me ask you something. Have you ever heard someone say, "I am going to the store. I will buy some milk"? Like super slow and careful? Probably not, right? That's because native speakers almost never speak like that in real life. Instead, we say, I'm going to the store. I'll buy some milk. Yep, we use contractions all the time. In fact, if you try to speak without them, you'll sound a little robotic. Not that it's bad, but it's not how most real conversations go. So what are contractions? They're just shortened forms of two words, like I am becomes I'm. You are becomes your. They will becomes they'll. I have becomes I've. And also the negative ones. Do not becomes don't. Cannot becomes can't. Will not becomes won't. Here's the thing. If you learn English with the full forms, but hear English with contractions, your brain goes, wait, what word was that? I didn't study that one. So you freeze. But once you know what to listen for, I'll, you'll, we're, he's, don't, won't, everything starts to make more sense. It's not a new language. It's the same words, just packed into little shortcuts. And if you want to understand native speakers better, you've got to learn to hear those shortcuts. Next up, let's talk about something even sneakier than contractions. Ready for it? Let's go into weak forms, the words we barely pronounce, but use all the time. All right, here's a sneaky trick native speakers use, and most textbooks never even mention it. We use weak forms, tiny words that we pronounce super quickly or barely at all. Let me show you what I mean. Take the sentence, I'm going to eat. Now say it like a textbook. I am going to eat. Clear, careful, very correct. But here's how a native speaker would actually say it. I'm gonna eat. Did you catch that? Going to becomes gonna. It's fast, smooth, natural. Here's another one. What are you doing? Becomes what you doing. We're not trying to confuse you. It's just how English flows in real conversations. So why are weak forms hard to understand? Because you're listening for what are you doing? But you hear what you doing. Your brain says, wait, where did all the words go? They didn't disappear, they just shrank. Here are a few common ones. Clear form, going to. Weak form, gonna. Example, I'm gonna go now. Clear form, want to. Weak form, wanna. Example, do you want to try it? Clear form, have to. Weak form, have to. Example, I have to leave early. Clear form, got to. Weak form, gotta. Example, you gotta see this. Clear form, let me. Weak form, lemme. Example, let me help you. Clear form, give me. Weak form, gimme. Example, give me a second. Clear form, what are you? Weak form, whatcha. Example, what you doing later? Clear form, did you? Weak form, j or j. Did you eat becomes eat? Now listen, you don't have to speak like this right away. But if you want to understand native speakers,
You've got to recognize these weak forms. Think of them like slang, plus speed, plus rhythm, all working together. And once your ears adjust, boom, conversations will finally start to click. Up next, let's go even deeper into connected speech, where words melt into each other like chocolate on a hot day. Stay with me.
All right, now here's where it gets really fun. And maybe a little frustrating at first. Native speakers don't just say words, we connect them, like puzzle pieces snapping together. So instead of saying, turn it off, clearly, word by word, we say, turn it off. All one smooth sound, turn it off. And it's not just that sentence, it's everywhere. Let me show you a few more. Give it to me becomes give it to me. Put it on becomes put it on. What do you think becomes what do you think? Would you like it becomes would you like it? We blend the end of one word with the beginning of the next. We drop sounds. We squash syllables. We slide from one word to the other without pausing. It's like English becomes liquid. And I get it. This can sound totally different from what you learned in school. You were taught word, pause, next word, pause, grammar rule, pause. But in real life, English flows. And if you don't know these connections, you'll feel like native speakers are skipping words or speaking a different language. Let's try one together. Listen carefully. Did you eat yet? Now hear it in real speech. Did you eat yet? Yep. Did you eat yet becomes did you eat yet? Kind of crazy, right? But when you expect that connection, you'll start to hear it everywhere. So here's a quick tip. Next time you listen to a movie or podcast in English, try to repeat what you hear, exactly how they say it. Not the words you think you hear, the way they actually sound. That's how you build your native speaker ear. And remember, it's not your fault if you don't understand fast English yet. No one told you this stuff. You just need the right tools. Speaking of tools, in our final part, I'll give you a super simple way to train your ears and finally start understanding native speakers. For real.
Take a deep breath. We've covered a lot today. And maybe, just maybe, you're realizing something important. The problem isn't you. The problem is how English was taught to you. You weren't trained to hear the real-life, fast, connected, messy English that native speakers use every day. But now you know what's going on. We stress key words, not every word. We speak in chunks, not textbook sentences. We use weak forms like gonna or wanna. We contract words and skip sounds. And most of all, we connect everything, like a giant sound puzzle. And that's exactly why it feels impossible to keep up sometimes. But here's the good news. If you start to notice these patterns, if you listen differently, if you practice shadowing real speech, you will improve, no question about it. So don't give up. Don't say, my English is bad. Say, my English is evolving. I'm learning to hear what's really being said. I'm training my brain just like native speakers did as kids. And hey, if this episode helped you, please share it with someone who's struggling with their listening. Let's spread this message. You're not failing, you're learning. And if you want more help, check the description. You'll find the English Conversation Guide. It has real-life conversations, weak forms, chunks, and more. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep believing in your English. This is Peter from English Talk Show. See you in the next episode.